Hi everyone. So we thought we'd do something a little bit different today. So I've not posted anything on my YouTube channel for quite a while now. But today my best friend Amy is going to ask me a load of questions, some personal, some business related ones, and probably some that are going to, I don't know, really show my personality, some random ones that are going to throw me under the bus, God knows. So we'll see. But we just thought it'd be nice to sort of give everyone a bit of an insight into me and my personality and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm going to hand over to Amy, scarily, and see what she's got for me.
Okay. So if we start with some sort of like businessy questions first. So if we go way back, so if you can tell us a bit about your career from where you started and the journey.
Right, okay. And we're talking like where I literally started from when
literally when you started from school or college or whatever, like uni, whatever.
Yeah, no, oh God, this is going back now. Do you know what? The first ever job that I had, which was really funny, is my best friend Jude. She lived across the road from me, in this close that we live now, and we decided that because we like to go to Northwich town shopping on the bus, and we decided that actually we needed more money, like pocket money, to go and do that. So when we looked in, do you remember the buy and sells that used to get delivered around here? So we looked in the buy and sell, and there was like a little section that was like, we need people to deliver buy and sells. And me and Jude were like, yeah, we can do that. And we were only 13 at the time. So yeah, we applied for that, and we obviously got it. It was like, I think we got £11-12 a week for that. Delivering newspapers, and we probably did about 200 or 300 every Friday. Me and Jude just literally walking around the close with like little buy and sell trolley. It was just and then sometimes we couldn't be bothered because we were going out downtown and stuff, and then like our parents got roped into it. Or actually we used to sometimes just shove them in a bush and act as if we'd done them. Yeah. I'm surprised we didn't get caught for that. So, but yeah, so that was our first ever job at like 13, and then since then I did like waitressing, and stuff like that, which I didn't really like. Worked at Salt Cellar, I didn't really like that. Then I think my next job after that was at the council, and I did an apprenticeship, and it was in business. Business, I think, level 2. So I did that, and I was working in the highways bit of the council, and it was, again, not for me sort of thing. But I very much went for a stage of like, what am I good at? And let's just do that because that makes sense sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit like confused, I think, when I was in college, uni, whatever. Not uni, but college and sixth form. I was a bit confused about what I wanted to do and stuff and which path I wanted to go down. So I ended up doing that. Anyway, got made redundant, or it might have got sacked actually from the council. I think I got sacked from the council. Yeah, it's not good. I had a bit of a to-do with a guy there, the other apprentice, because he was a bit of a kiss arse. So we didn't really get on. So anyway, we had a bit of a falling out, and then I ended up like just being got rid of, which was funny. So I still had the rest of my level 2 to do, and I ended up getting a job at a place in Middlewich called Convert to Green, which was like it was such a weird thing, but it was an admin assistant, and because I told them that I still had this level 2 to do, they were like, that's fine, you can just do it alongside your job. But what they did at Convert to Green was like they converted like oil that they used in like Nando's fryers and stuff.
Oh, right.
Just like fryers from all across like the pubs and stuff like that. They converted that into like diesel. So to put in trucks. So it was like this big eco thing, random, and it was just me and this other lady in the office. I was only like obviously really young. I think I was only about 18 at this point. And then one of our contracts through there actually fell through. So then I got made redundant from there. So I'm not having a very good experience at this point. But I always believe like everything leads you to where you're supposed to be sort of thing. So when I got made redundant from there, actually a friend of mine said, there's a job going in my claims department at LSG, which is where I used to work before Barclays.
That was a crew.
That was in Crewe. No, not Crewe Hall, but opposite MMU in Crewe.
Oh,
So she was like, I'll recommend you because you get a referral fee and that will split the money and stuff. And I thought, well, I'll take anything because I literally just got made redundant and I wanted another job. And she said, well, this area you don't usually take on, and it's better than being in customer service because otherwise you're always on the phone. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. Anyway, I ended up getting that job. And then I was like customer service agent for a couple of years. Then I was like, I need to do more than this. So I applied for the team senior role and I got that. Then I realised I was like, I need to do more than this, like I'm better than this. So I actually applied to do a business degree part-time alongside working full-time as a senior. So I did that for 2 years at MMU. So I think 2 or 3 times a week, I used to go to uni straight after work. So I'd go work like 9-10 hour shift and then I'd go straight to uni after that and then do all my coursework and stuff. It was like crazy because I was only about 90. It was about 19 at that point. So when everyone else was like going out, drinking and whatever else, I was like quite busy doing stuff like that. So yeah, then I ended up moving into a management role as well, actually. So I went from claims thingy to like a senior to like a team manager, and I was a team manager for about a year. And this was all whilst I was doing my degree.
Yeah.
And as part of my degree, what I actually had to do was do like work-based assignments. So it was like a lot of the stuff that I was doing on my coursework, I was applying to things at work, and I was having to go and speak to like loads of different people around the business and stuff like finance and people that I just never would have spoke to before. And some of the guys in like the IT and change world, when I was talking through my stuff and I was going through my coursework and like my methodology and all that sort of stuff, like one of the guys was like, do you know what, actually, you're actually really good at this. Like, and he was like, you know, have you ever thought about maybe potentially taking a secondment and coming up here for a little bit or whatnot? I was like, really? It's like, I don't know about that. And then anyway, a secondment actually came up as a business analyst, pretty much there or thereabouts around about when I finished my degree. And then like the boss actually approached me and was like, I think you should apply for this. I think you'd have a really good chance of it. So I'm like, okay. So I did. And then I ended up, getting the job, which was crazy because I had no experience in IT whatsoever. But like my boss was so supportive, honestly. Like he was really, really good. So I ended up doing that for 6 months and then I secured the permanent role as well up there. So I did that. Then up there I did business analyst, I did business solutions architect, I did something else, I did loads of stuff. And then I ended up speaking to somebody about getting a role at Barclays and about being referred there as like a senior BA. And I was a bit nervous because I was like, well, I've worked here since I've been 18 and I was like, this is all I know.
Yeah.
And like, what if I can't, I was like, what if I can't do what I'm doing here somewhere else? And but then it's like, the person that recommended me was like, you absolutely can, like, trust me, the money is worth it, like, and it's really good. It's like, you know, to be fair, I was so busy in my role at Assurant that I was like, you know, I mean, what have I got to lose sort of thing. And people were saying it was a bit slower at Barclays. So I thought, oh, well, I'll see. So I ended up going for that job and I got it. So that's good. So then I moved over in about 2017, I think. And then since then, I was a senior BA for about 2 or 3 years, and then I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. I was going through like a really stressful point in my life as well. So I was just like, I just feel like this just isn't for me, you know, and it just feels like it. Yeah. So I was like, I think it was making me feel really anxious, and I was just like, it's not worth feeling like that. I was just like, it's just not for me. So I was like, right. So I told my boss at the time and he was like, you know, okay, like obviously we don't want you to leave. We don't want to lose you. You know, we know you're going through a bit of a rough time sort of thing. What do you want to do? So I said, well, I don't know. Like, what can I do? You know, and he was like, maybe you could try a different role and see. And I was like, okay. So I ended up moving into a PMO role. And then, So I was like a PMO lead, and I did enjoy that, to be fair. But again, it was like I still sort of felt like maybe I wasn't in the right team, or I just wasn't, something was missing, yeah. And then I ended up moving over then. So I applied for another job in a new program that had just started at work, which sounded really, really excited and everything. Everyone was dead passionate about it and stuff. And then I was like, right, I'm going to go for it, because it's specialised in like risk and control and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to move team, and then hope for the best. Like, maybe now's the time that things are going to actually feel like right for me. And I moved into this really nice team. I had such a good like few years, and yeah, it was definitely the right move for me. Like, the program was like full of just inspirational people and stuff like that. Like, everyone was really, really working hard. So that was like the perfect move for me, and a really, really nice boss as well, who was like dead caring and stuff, which obviously makes all the difference. And then I was like, my boss said to me, you need to think about what you want to do in the next 5 years. And I was like, my God, when I get asked that question, I'm like, I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know what I want to do in a year. So, but I knew I'd got to that point where I was like, I've done this now. I need something else. And I have usually have about a year and a half in me before I'm like, get itchy feet and I want to move on again. So I ended up, so I took it quite literally, like when she said that, because I literally got off the phone to her and I had an email that said, your job role profile could match this sort of thing. And it was a risk and control lead in like a different area, but like at the next grade up. And I thought, maybe it's a sign. So I was like, right. So I told her, and then she was like, what? Because it was in a different team. But obviously she was like happy for me, and she thought it was really good that I was going to go for that. Yeah. So I was like, right, well, and then that was it. So I went for that job. I actually didn't get the job. I got a variation of the job, because there was other VPs waiting for that. Like, it's all weird at Barclays, like sometimes, isn't it? So it's like they already have people sort of like waiting for in-role promotions and stuff to take them. So it was like I didn't actually get that particular role, but they really liked me, so they offered me a downgraded version of it, which I didn't take, because that wasn't the purpose of what I was doing. Like, I wanted to the next grade up, but I actually spoke to my boss in the program at that time, and I ended up getting a VP role within the team, sort of thing. So I was so that's basically what I was doing prior to having Enzy, is the risk and control lead. And then since I've gone back, I am a change delivery manager apparently now. So quite different to what risk and control. Yeah, but I have literally done everything. So I've done like business analyst, PMO, lead PMO, risk and control lead, technology compliance lead, change delivery manager, like I've just a lot of variation, and that's just what I'm like. So over the years, as you can see, I've gone from delivering newspapers to tech lead.
A lot of different jobs along the way, but that's good, because it like builds you up with different skills, doesn't it? So my next question is, so that's very sort of like business focused and IT focused. So what made you want to transition from banking sort of to fitness? Because they're very different ends of the spectrum, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it probably goes back to, like I said, what am I good at, and like what's the stable, sensible thing like that I should go after. And I think I've always sort of been like, that's what I should do. Do you know what I mean? But then my heart's always been like, this is what I love to do. This is my passion.
It's the head and the heart.
It's a head and heart thing that you always have that, and I'm sure most people like do experience that. But it's like, I think I just really struggled to. I was like, is that the right thing? And can I do it? And because it's a passion. It's weird. It's like, how can you? Sometimes it's difficult to switch that mindset to go, actually, I can make a passion like a career. It doesn't have to be, here's my sensible corporate job, and that's what brings me money. And then in my time is
their passions as a hobby, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and that's like most. Yeah, like you say, it's normal. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just got to the point with like getting to the point with the corporate side that I think I just needed more. And I just it's like it doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy inside. So I think like I don't know anyone that it probably would, but for me, I'm just like I very much like to help people and like to coach people, and I love that side of my job currently, and like developing people underneath me and stuff like that. Like I love that, but really like my passion has always been fitness, and it's probably grown a lot more over the years and stuff, but it's only really now that I feel a lot more confident that I've actually wanted to take the leap and thought, you know what, I'm not getting any younger, like what it's now or never sort of thing. And there's been so many signs and stuff that's just made me feel like you can't ignore things forever, do you know what I mean, and you can't just not itch the scratch, as they say. So that's
why not?
That's it.
Okay. So you needed to do your PT qualification. And I know that you did that during your pregnancy. So how did you find doing that whilst being pregnant and preparing for birth and stuff?
So I thought about it whilst I was pregnant, but I actually started it after I'd had Enzy. So it was like 3 months. It was 3 months after I'd had Enzy. I just got to the point where I was like, and maybe other mums would experience this as well, but it's like having something in the day other than just being a mum, and thinking, how can I use my time when they're sleeping, wisely and stuff. So it was like, and then I always had this in the back of my mind, I've got that course that I took out years ago that I've always loved and I'm so interested in it. But there was just something about pregnancy and then having Enzy that just really like propelled me into wanting to do it sort of thing. So it's like how I found it, to be honest, earlier after when I started it 3 months postpartum, he did a lot of sleeping, a lot of eating, like, it was like sleep, eat, repeat sort of thing. So when at any second that I could, I was on my laptop and I was doing work and stuff. And most people who followed me will have seen that that's what I did anyway, like on my journey. So I just took advantage of any time he was sleeping, I'd be like, and I'd be like checking on him. So I found it easier earlier on. As time went on and he became more like, he needed more attention, he needed more like to be played with, or his weight windows were longer and stuff like that. That's when it became more difficult for me. But generally, like juggling it, I actually enjoyed it, and I was like, it was nice because it was like I was enjoying motherhood, but then at the same time I was doing something for me, so it was just like I was still getting what I was getting before I had him, if that makes sense, like that work and baby balance sort of thing. So
okay. And next question I've got, so you'll be an inspiration to other mums out there. So how did you get your strength back after having Enzy? So did you find that difficult at all?
I didn't find it difficult, because I was one of them crazy mums, like right up to I was in the gym like 41 weeks pregnant. I was like pretty much ready to pop, and like people in the gym were like,
right.
Should you be in here? Like, are you? And I was like, I'm fine. Like, I'm just doing me. You just, so I was one of those crazy people that just like, I just got on with it sort of thing. But no, I found it fine, like building my strength back up after I had him. My main thing was because I was so set on having a natural birth, and that was purely just because I was so petrified from everybody else and the negativity that you get, that you won't be able to train for months on end if you have a C-section, and you've really got to ease yourself in, and this, that and the other. And I was scared to death. I was like, oh my God, if this happens to me, I was like, I am having a natural birth because I need to train. But honestly, the minute I could walk after my C-section, I was walking to Tesco and back. The minute I could like just do any form of like movement, I was doing it. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't entirely comfortable, but it was like I did it to a point where I was comfortable, and I just made sure I moved my body, and it's really important after a C-section to do that, like get the blood flowing around, like get back into movement, like your body needs it, like, and your mind needs it as well. And I just, the minute I was signed off, I was like, and I was breastfeeding as well, I said, Matty, 6 weeks today. I was like, I've been signed off, I'm going to the gym. And then I was like, I've literally just fed Enzi, and I just rushed straight into the car, straight to the gym. And I was like, I'd like text him in between sets, like, how's he doing? Is he all right? Is he, yeah, he's fine, he's sleeping. I'm like, all right. I said, I'll be like half an hour and I'll be back again. And then that's how it started then. And I just was like half an hour 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Then once he was going longer between feeds, it's like I'd maybe go for 45 minutes. So it's like making, I was like building it up really. And I just listened to my body. I was not unrealistic in a sense of I was thinking I'm going to go from,
not pushing yourself.
I wasn't, and believe it or not, like everyone knows I do push myself a lot with my training and just everything in day-to-day life. But when it comes to your health and like recovering from something so serious like that, it's like you have to listen to your body, and you can't push it. And I didn't. And you'll see like my journey, I've got like a couple of posts I think on my page where it's like it shows you from where I've come from, where I think there was a picture, I'd just gotten out the shower and I'd like 2 days postpartum or 3 days postpartum, and I've got these big granny knickers on with my hair washed.
It's the picture where you
well, like that, so I've got that, and then it's just like you can see the journey of like how my body is just trying, and that's normal. Like there is no way in a million years and that people just come out of birth and they like bounce back. And it's like some people will look smaller than others because they are naturally smaller, but they will have their own things that they're working on and that they're insecure about, and that their body's bringing in as well. So it's just like, it's just being kind to yourself and just like, just knowing that you're on a journey and you're going to get there. You just got to keep being consistent, and then you'll get back to where you want to be.
And not be too hard on yourself either.
No, exactly. That is exactly it.
Okay, so that's good. Next one, let me just have a look what I've written here. So, did you find balancing everything challenging, new mum, staying fit, doing your qualifications, seeing friends? Because I know, like, you like spending time with your friends as well, and obviously you've got you and Matty, you've got your time as well. So I think you sort of answered it a little bit before, but maybe like the social side of things as well, tying that in. You found that difficult?
I think when I was on maternity leave, it was easier, to be honest. And it's like I've still always exercised. Like even when I had Enzi, I never exercised in the day when I was with him. It was either early morning or late evening. And that's not changed. Like that's exactly the same. So I would say like fitness wise has been fine, like juggling it. But like seeing friends and family, and now I'm back to work, that's difficult. That's difficult because it's like through the week, some of our friends, like they might have a Monday off or a Wednesday or a Friday. So it's like I'd make an effort every so often to, go and see that, or I'd like go and see my mum in the day, or like I'd go see Matty's mum in the day. So, or like my sister would come round through the week and stuff. So I was seeing more people through the week, whereas now it's like I'm up in the gym, I've got work all week, I got to go pick Enzi up, then I've got to do tea and get Enzi in the bath, and it's like 7:30, and then it's me and Matty time then, or Matty's training and I'm, working or whatever on my actual business. So, it's definitely more challenging now I'm back at work full time. But then I think on maternity, I was quite good in a sense of I'm very organised, and I know how to spread my time appropriately, sort of thing. But it has been more challenging since going back to work, all of that stuff.
So you're a qualified PT now. So what good qualities do you think a PT should have?
So my main things, if I try and like spin it and think about like what would I want and what would I need in a PT. So obviously knowledge, massive one. Feel like someone who's caring as well, someone who genuinely cares about you, someone who is a good listener and a good communicator as well, because obviously people learn in different ways as well. So it's like some people like to do things to learn, some people like to be told things, some people like to be shown things. So that's really important as well. Someone that's quite driven, organised, able to prioritise their workload and stuff, because as you can imagine, like a PT, it's like you know, especially if you've got like online clients plus in person, you might have some classes. You've got to organise your diary and organise your life. So it's like you've got to be quite organised as well. Empathetic as well, because you don't know what people are going through. So it comes into that caring side of things as well, isn't it? So it's like, I feel like you've got to really truly understand somebody, and you've got to, you know, want to understand everything that they're going through. You know, it might be, if it's a woman, like time of the month, or you know, someone might be having a really tough time at home, and you know, be like a bit of a counsellor as well, sort of thing. I think you need to be able to you know, be able to build people up and stuff like that, and positive. God, you've got to be you've got to be really, really, really positive, and bring people up, supportive, and have energy as well. And I guess not just that as well, but it's like, I feel like you've also, which is massive for me, is you've got to live and breathe what you preach. Like, you have to be a role model. Because definitely you have, that like, to me, you cannot be a PT and not live that life. Like, not train like a maniac, not eat, like, don't get me wrong, you know, I have the odd meal or the odd alcoholic drink here and there, sort of thing, but the majority of the time, like, I have that 80-20 split where I'm good, you know, and that's healthy and normal. So if people can look up to you and be that person as well, role model, like, that's probably the ultimate one. Okay.
Yeah, they're really good qualities. So, if your younger self could see you now, what do you think they would say?
Oh, God.
This is one I see a lot on Instagram at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, that I took my younger self for a coffee today.
That's the one.
Oh, God.
So throw that in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she would. Well, she'd definitely be proud of me anyway. But like, I think she would think that I'm doing what I should be doing as well. Because like I said about work, honestly, for years and years, I have felt like I've not been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, and it's that
void.
Yeah, it's just that, like, and I would say this to anybody like watching this. It's like, you have like values, like internal values, and it's like, if you're feeling rattled or in some way, shape or form, like something doesn't sit right with you, it's because it doesn't align to your internal values and like what you believe as a person or what you want to do. And that's how I felt. And it's like, I've always, like, I've, not to get too deep about it, but like, I've had counselling. I've been to like counselling sessions where I've tried to deal with my anxiety and stuff, like, and a lot of it has stemmed through like work and various other things. But it's like, you know, dealing with all of that stuff, it's like, you're looking for a way to, like, why am I feeling like this, you know? And I just feel like sometimes you've got to go, you know, I've tried to fix it, and actually it's not working. So that means that it doesn't sit right with me, and I need to follow my internal values and like, So I think my younger self would be like, go you. Like, and it is brave, obviously, what I'm doing. It's a massive change, and it's like, literally after I've had NZ as well. So it's bonkers, but I just think life is for living, and it's like, no one ever has any fun when they just play it safe. So it's like, it can either work out or it won't, and if it doesn't, it's fine. It's just, at least I've given it a go, and I'll definitely put my all into it. So it is what it is. So
okay, thank you. So I'm going to ask you, you referred to it before and said, I hate it when somebody asks me this.
Oh, God.
But you're now on your fitness journey.
Yeah.
Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years' time?
Oh, you sure you didn't write that down after I'd said that? Where do I... As in, so in fitness, where do I want to...
In fitness, yeah.
Oh, God, this is difficult. My main thing since having Enzy is I just want to be really fit and really healthy. Like, I want to be able to run and like pick him up and just run around the football field and, like, you know, if that's what he likes, dance with him. It's just like, you just want to be fit and healthy, and, you know, and that's like my main thing. But then if I'm talking about like competitions and stuff like that, I want to get faster at running. I'd love to be like, I don't know. It's really hard because I'm not like I'm not very good at saying I want to be the best because it just feels weird to me. But anyway, I'd love to get on a podium at High Rocks, but I just know it's probably never ever going to happen.
Yeah, never say never. You don't know.
I know you can manifest this stuff, and people say like, don't they? Like I know, I do believe like nothing is out of your reach. It's just putting the time and effort and really committing time and stuff to it. But it's like, obviously, I am. And I know people like Lauren Weeks and High Rocks. She's got two, 3 children. I don't know, but she's like top of the game, and she's like in the elite 15. So it's not impossible.
No.
It's just because I've not trained like this for years and years. Like I've only just in the last year since having Enzy started doing it. So it's not impossible, but I would eventually like, if I can, a podium in High Rocks. But whether that's too far out of the But yeah,
it's good to have goals.
Yeah, even if they're not like, even if you don't believe that they're attainable or whatever. But
nothing's impossible.
No, nothing's impossible. That's it.
Okay, and so what makes the job so rewarding? I think you might have touched on it a little bit before, but
yeah, I just feel like it's built. Do you know what it is? It's just having genuine conversations and relationships with people and actually helping to like change their life and like make them into a better person, like a more positive person. Like they're healthier, they're gonna live longer, they're gonna like be able to be around for their children longer, they're gonna be able to move better. It's there's nothing bad that comes out of it. It's just like, for me, it's just it won't feel like at work. It's like that's what I want it to feel like. I want to change people's lives and help them, just because it makes me feel good, and I know that also like they're getting something from it. So yeah.
Physically and mentally, it's like a really
positive thing, rewarding job. Like exactly. And don't get me wrong, there'll be times where it's like, tough because you've got to really drag people along, because it's not easy working hard and getting to where you want to be fitness wise, but when you get them through those tough bits, it's like it's the most rewarding thing ever. And honestly, people stick to it. It's just like you can literally, like we said a minute ago, nothing's impossible, and you really can like make a massive difference, become someone completely different
as well.
Oh god,
really, like,
no, it is
people on their journey.
Definitely it is.
Okay, good. So a couple of fun personal questions then.
God.
So, did you enjoy PE at school?
I did. I never, ever, ever took one of those letters in that was like forged that said Erin cannot do PE.
I was just going to say, did you ever forget your
PE kit? No, I loved it. I was so good. I really enjoyed PE. I was really good. I was a proper slinger in rounders as well.
Brilliant.
I was only like this big, but then they threw the ball and everyone moved back like that. They were like, bloody hell, here she comes. Boof. Literally. And then I just like lapped it. So yeah, no, I loved it. I loved everything about PE. So I never forgot my PE kit. I was a good girl.
Oh, that's good. And I was going to say, were you one of those annoying kids on sports day that won every race?
No.
And what was your favourite race?
Feel like quite liked the egg and spoon. I liked the egg and spoon, and I liked. Oh wait, am I thinking primary school? Did you mean like the adult one?
Well, like high school.
God, no. Oh for God's sake!
You can say junior.
Right.
Let's do junior infant.
Okay, all right.
We can go to high school.
Okay.
So egg and spoon.
And then the one where you had to put the beanbag on your head.
Oh yeah.
I quite like that. Moving on to high school. Oh my God. High school. So that was more like long jump and stuff like that, was it? Or
there was like 100 metres, 200
relay. Yeah, do you know what? I was actually really good at 1500 metres. I was always really good at long distance, short like sprints or short distance. I wasn't I wasn't good. I was just quite short. So it was so I had power, but in comparison to every other girl into school, I was pretty small. So found that I was quite challenged in that sense. But for the relay, I was always I was always picked, and I was always the last leg on the relay in my form because I was one of the the faster, more sporty ones sort of thing. But it was always like, because I was the last leg in the relay, they had all the really, really, really fast girls in it. Yeah. And then there was just me. I was fast, but I was short, so it was just no chance. But anyway, it was fine.
Oh, I thought you might have said the wheelbarrow race because you and Matty.
Oh my god, when we went away to Fingay. Forgot about that, to be fair.
You were doing the,
I was just trying to think on St Mary's Field, where I went to school, what we did. And it was only really the egg and spoon race that came into my head, and the beanbag one.
Did you cheat? Did you put your thumb on the egg?
Oh god, no. I'm not. I do not. I'm not a cheater.
She does not cheat.
I actually get annoyed with people that cheat. I'm like, not a sore loser, but I'm just I like to play by the rules. I'm not. Yeah. Even with egg and spoon race. God.
So we talked before about being busy day to day and juggling everything.
Yeah.
So what's a perfect weekend for you? How do you let your hair down? And you can't say exercise.
How do I let my hair down?
How do you let off some steam other than exercise?
I quite like my little skincare routine at night. Because it's once Enzie's in bed and stuff, I like to take my makeup off, and if I've got it on, and just do all my skincare and stuff, and then shave my legs, put a bit of fake tan on.
Yeah.
So just a bit of a beauty. Counter. Yeah, 'cause it's that little bit of something for me. Yeah. And then I just like to lie down and just sit on the bed and watch TV or whatever with Matty. We'll just chill and watch some rubbish on TV. That's I would say how I wind down. There isn't really any other time that I do. It's just that, because I'm always pretty much on the go.
Yeah.
So.
Sounds perfect. How would you think your friends would describe you in 3 words?
Driven. What's the other word? That's bonkers. You can answer for me. And then what's that word where you're it's driven, motivated, and then what's the word where I can't think?
Ambitious.
Yes, ambitious. Yeah. I would say they're the 3 words. Yeah. But then they're the more sensible words. But then there's also probably other ones that people would say. Daft as a brush, crazy. Off my head.
Caring. Loyal.
Thanks. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And loving.
Oh, bless. Thanks.
Everyone's
ooh,
cringe.
You should have wrote 9 words or 10 words on them. There's so many words about me.
So many positive words. So tell us something funny about yourself. So have you got a funny sort of gym story, or have you done anything embarrassing in the gym where you thought, oh my god?
Oh god.
I'll crawl up myself.
Funny gym story. It's not really. I mean, I've done a lot of things where I've hurt myself, which that's not really funny for me. But if anyone saw it, what have I done? I dropped a barbell on my head once. That was quite painful.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So it was just too heavy when I picked it up, and then when I went it just banged me on the head. So that really, really hurt. And then I've also walked into barbell as well,
not looking what you're doing.
Not looking what I'm doing. Yeah, done that. And then I've dropped a barbell on my foot as well at the beginning of a session, and it was a really busy gym. And I was I can't leave because I was I've just walked in there, and they're gonna be why is she walking out? So I had to get on yeah. So that was horrible. So they're more but I wouldn't really say they're funny. I don't know if I've really got any funny ones.
Have you tried to lift something and you've been oh god, I can't.
No, I haven't actually. No, just too strong. No, I'm joking. No, I don't go. Yeah, I'm not that unrealistic with stuff. I am quite sensible with weights. Although, yes, I do push it. I wouldn't ever pick something up that I think I'm going to get myself in trouble there, sort of thing. So no, and I've split my pants a few times from squatting.
Oh yeah, I think I've been there with you when you've done that.
Yeah, so that's a bit embarrassing because it's you need to hide it in some way and get out the gym without the hole getting bigger. And
yeah.
I always used to split my pants. Yeah. It's not done it for a while. Not done it for a while.
Have you got a party trick?
Oh, God. You're not going to make me do this, are you? Because I just can't.
It depends what it is.
I don't think I can do it. I'll fall on the floor. I can put my legs behind my head. Yeah, I can put my legs behind my head, but I can't really.
Well, maybe we can. Bloody hell.
It's really difficult because I'm literally on the chair. This is like the most. Yeah, I will end up falling off, but yeah, I'm surely that's enough to prove that I can.
Yeah, you can. Maybe we see that in another
video.
Another video, yeah.
Okay,
so that we can
deal.
Just
so that I don't deck it and really hurt myself.
Fall back off the chair and knock yourself out.
God.
Just coming to you and Matty.
Yeah.
So I know you've been training Matty.
Yeah.
Is he a good client, or does he give you any back chat?
Do you want the honest answer?
Yeah, I want the honest answer.
He's a nightmare.
Sorry, Matty.
Yeah, no, he's he does give a bit of back chat. He does.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah, he doesn't like me telling him what to do, even though he asks. So he's like one of them. He asks me what to do, and I tell him, and then he tells me, what he thinks it should be like, and I'm like, but I've just told you what you need to do, and he's like, no, but no, I think we should do it like this, and I'm like, do you know what? Just sometimes it's just not worth it. I'm just like, just do it. If you're not going to listen to me, just do it the way you want to do it. So yeah, no. It's most of the time depends what mood he's in. Most of the time he's all right. It's just on the odd occasion he gives a little bit of back chat.
Yeah. So you just make his plan a bit harder next time.
I'm just like, come on, you can do heavier than that. Come on. Yeah, I will.
Oh, I bet he's cursing you.
Probably.
So we know Matt is an amazing dad to Enzi.
Yes.
But does he have any bad habits that
Yes.
he wants to share?
He does.
Sorry, Matty, he's going to hate me for this. He's like, why has she put that in there?
He does have a tendency of picking his nails.
Does he flick them?
I don't really know if he flicks them. He just picks them. I mean, I don't necessarily see him like this. If I did, I would literally flip. No, it's just like, like when we're sitting in bed and he's like...
Yeah, Stu does that sometimes. Sorry, Stu. I think it's like a...
Like a nervous thing.
I think it's like when you're thinking.
Yeah, and then like... Sometimes you like sniff a lot when we're watching a film as well, and I'm like, it's more like when I'm trying to focus on like a film or a program or something, it's just little things like this, and I just like, and I'm sitting there in bed and I'm like, you're just ready to go. I'm like, stop picking. I must say to him about at night 6 times a night, easy, every single night when watching something, stop picking your nails. It's like I may as well have it on record and just keep playing it. He's like, sorry. So he knows he's doing it, but it's like a habit.
Yeah, just a habit.
So, but yeah, that's
funny.
Drives me insane.
And what are your bad habits?
I'm a face picker. Terrible.
Oh yeah.
That's my thing. Picker. So whilst Matty's doing pick, I'm like there, pick. We're a right pair, honestly. You're like when we're watching like a series, like something that's proper gripping, and he's like, oh God, you're like, run, there's someone behind you, and I'm there like I can't help myself. So if I have a spot or something, I just cannot leave it. I'm terrible.
Yeah, I remember always saying to you, don't do that.
Yeah, stop doing that, I know. So I'm trying not to be, because I know it's really, really bad, and I shouldn't be, but sometimes it's just, I just don't know what I'm doing it. Yeah. So I think I'd say that's like probably my worst habit, and something I really want to make an intention of stopping, but it's just difficult because...
Yeah. Where do you see your relationship going?
Oh, God.
In the next couple of years.
Well, oh God, no. Honestly,
He'll be just like rolling his eyes.
yeah,
like,
you will.
sure.
You would probably have switched it off by now. No. So would obviously love another baby. Because we like a little brother or sister for Enzy. I'd be happy with either, but I would like a little girl just because I'd like a child that looks a little bit like me, just a tiny bit. So that would be nice. And then, honestly, like marriage has never been like a massive, massive thing to me. Like it's not been a non-negotiable. I want to get married, but it would be nice, obviously.
Yeah.
So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's not a deal breaker. And then maybe if we need to, we may get a bigger house eventually together somewhere. But it honestly depends on whether we absolutely need the space or not.
Yeah.
It's like I was saying to you earlier. It's like unless it's a necessity, then you know we would probably just stay where we are and enjoy what we've got, sort of thing. So yeah.
Very nice. And tell us about little Enzy.
What do you want to know? There's a lot.
He's growing up.
He is.
Getting his little quirks.
He is.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
What makes you laugh about him?
Oh God, it's loads of stuff at the minute because he's like on the verge of saying, like at the minute he's saying like mama, mama, mama. So he's like saying mama. It's not saying dada yet. Although he did say dada randomly one time in Disney when we were in Florida, just in the middle of, is it Costco or like a big, it was like a big Costco I think it was. And he just went dada, and he was only like six months old, and like me, Chris and Matty just turned around and were like, what did you just say? Because it's like, because he was so young, I thought. And he went dad. I was like, wow. But he's not said it again since. So yeah, I like the fact that he's like saying that at the minute, but because he's on the verge of like starting to speak and stuff, it's just everything is making me laugh because he's like this, double points at everything, and he's like but then it's like he's like saying something, he's like, what is it, what are you saying? So it's just dead cute because you're just saying like, oh,
he's intrigued by everything.
Oh yeah, and what else is funny? He's into everything. Toilet brushes, putting stuff down the toilet.
Broom. He
loves broom. He loves my makeup. He likes my moisturiser. He's going in all the drawers, pulling everything out. The living room, I can tidy it, and within 5 minutes, just everything's everywhere.
Stanley.
Yeah, my Stan. Oh, he's obsessed with my Stanley as well. We're gonna have to get him one of that. One of them himself. And then what's another funny thing at the minute, when he's eating his food, he's got this thing that he started doing where he goes like this and you have to copy him. So if you both do this, then he goes and then he pulls it off again and then he goes.
Aww.
So he's like, that's his new thing at the minute. He's like tilting his head and laughing to himself. But yeah, he's just got little funny things about him all the time. Just doing daft stuff.
Yeah, definitely your personality.
Yeah, he has. He's got a bit of a crazy little funny personality, so that's nice.
Aww.
A little bit of me in him, which is nice.
You,
yeah.
Right, and some quick fire this or that questions.
Oh, exciting!
So, tea or coffee?
Oh, that's hard. I feel like I'm really split down the middle, but if I had to choose, I think I'd have to go. I feel like I'd have to go tea, you know. Yeah.
I thought you would have said coffee.
This is what I mean, but I do love a cup of tea. I feel like I much enjoy more. Coffee for me is like caffeine. I need it.
Yeah.
For a tea, it's like, that's more like I sit there and go, enjoy, like a bit more of an enjoyable drink. Yeah.
Relax with it.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Sweet or savoury?
I would say savoury for me.
Savoury?
Yeah.
Late nights or early mornings?
Early mornings. 100%.
Snowy winter or hot summer?
Hot summer.
Fresh fruit or fresh flowers?
Fresh fruit.
I thought you were going to say flowers. I was going to go, Matty, take note.
I don't get any fresh flowers anymore.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, why is that?
Yeah, don't know.
Matty, come on.
Hurry up. No, I'm missing them.
Hair up or hair down?
That's difficult. When I can be bothered, hair down, but most of the time, hair up, I think. Yeah. Just easier.
Showers or baths?
Shower.
Plan everything or go with the flow?
Plan everything. Wow, yes.
Books or movies?
Movies.
Light sleeper or heavy sleeper?
Used to be a heavy sleeper, more a light sleeper now.
Yeah, I remember the time when Erin stayed at mine once, and it was on, I think it was around Christmas, because I'd just moved into my house, and we'd been having a few drinks. I think it was like a housewarming, and on the old red wine, a few bottles we'd had, and you went, I'm not walking home, I'm staying at yours. I went, okay, that's fine. Do not lie on the left-hand side of my bed. No, I won't. No, that's my favourite pillow, don't do it. Okay, I won't. So I was just like downstairs washing up and locking up and everything. Went upstairs. She was on the left-hand side of the bed, like this. Could I wake her up? No. I was like, God. Move. No, couldn't do it.
Could you not even just roll me over?
No.
Really? I was a dead weight?
You were a dead weight,
Oh,
yeah.
God,
so
yeah.
I got into this, next to her, on the right-hand side of the bed, I was like there.
In a right grump.
She was just having the best time of her life, like, yeah, asleep.
You shouldn't have said don't get on that side of the bed, because maybe I would have got on the other side. It's like because you told me not to, I'd probably go, I'm just going to get on it anyway.
I know, I think that's what it was. But yeah, definitely heavy sleeper.
Yeah.
You used to be. Singing in the shower or singing in the car?
Oh, God. I feel like I don't get a chance to sing in the shower anymore because I just rush the shower. Like, I'm like...
To sing in the car.
So probably more sing in the car. Yeah, and I sing to Enzy in the car as well, to be fair. So that's...
Rhymes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Oh, nice. Oh, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's really good.
That was good. Thank you, hostess with the most.
It's okay.
Let's hope we've recorded it all.
Imagine if we haven't.
Woo! We have, yeah.